Hello and welcome to Poland and Krakow for the International Canoe Federation's second Slalom World Cup of the 2015 season. 303 paddlers from 41 nations are competing on the Krakow Canoe Slalom course. It's the Polish National Canoe Centre and it's the first time we've had a World Cup here. Of course we had the 2013 Europeans, first time for World Cup however, 5 classes, and today we're going to be watching 3 classes. This morning for the last 2 hours we've seen a lot of athletes paddle down the course as fast as they can. The top 10 from each class are going to be making up the finals. We have some top guests today. Matt Lister, who was in the C2 World Cup finals, World Championship finals last year from GBR. We have Aaron Mann from USA, who was actually on the water about an hour ago. We have Yuri Priskovic from the Czech Republic, who's going to be joining us a little bit later, also on the water a little bit down. So good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning.
As you can see, the temperature 21 degrees, not much wind there. What about the conditions?
It's pretty grey out today. It looks pretty like a bit of British weather, but it's quite humid and warm. It's not too bad.
And the course, as you can see, 21 gates, the upstreams, 3, 4, 7, 13, 17, 18. They're actually the same gates as we had in the heats, but they're different entries and exits, so it's going to be a real challenging course. We're going to go through the 3 classes as soon as the names come up on the screen. We'll actually let you know, but just the conditions out there of the water, is it surging a bit? Is it fair?
It's surging a little bit out there. It's, I mean, the same as yesterday, the water level at least, which they said that the water level can vary up to 20 centimeters, but luckily that's been consistent thus far.
Well, let's hope we've got fair conditions for the top 10 contestants. They're going in the reverse order that they competed with penalties in the semi-finals, and it's stacked at the top with Brits. David Florence was the 2013 world champion. He just actually scraped into this final in the last couple of minutes, but he's in there. Matt, obviously you know him fairly well. What's going to be going through his head at the moment?
Oh, Dave's just an absolute magician on the water. He's like, I've never seen an athlete so committed and so powerful in his training, and he just knows exactly what he's doing every single day in, day out. He's definitely the role model.
Well, he is off now, as we say. 21 gates negotiated, about 300 meters. Let's see how it goes. The first couple of gates are downstream, then we look at a real challenge of the day.
Yeah, yesterday gate 3 was really low at the start, so having the upstreams be a little higher is definitely playing to the athlete's advantage. Flying out of there.
Nowhere near as good as he was yesterday on that upper left there, but I'm sure he'll pull it back in his next couple of gates.
Yeah, it's good to be in the middle up there because that offset's quite hard, and then moving through 7 pretty well into 8, which I assume he's going to spin. Oh, he went direct again.
Forwards again this morning.
Yeah, I'm surprised he had a little error there earlier.
He's taking the risky lines, but that's just Dave. He just looks for every single millimetre in every single gate.
And I guess he's going to be super motivated because unfortunately they just missed out on the C2 semi-final tomorrow.
Yeah, that second run yesterday of the qualification for the C2 was a monster. It was just, I'm so glad we made it through on the first run.
Yeah, we felt the same in K1.
Well, here we go. 17 up. She's taking a 2-second penalty there. As you know, the basics, if you hit a pole, it's 2 seconds. Miss it altogether, it's 50 seconds.
And here's a move that's been pretty tricky and hard for everyone, which is kind of surprising. This 1920 offset, which Dave just smoked. But flying down, yeah, he always gains time on the finish sprint, right?
Indeed.
Well, first of 10 athletes to go on the Polish course just out, about 15 kilometers outside Krakow. And the reference point, well, he's down in a total of 86.19, which is good because the fastest in the semis was Stan Jezik, which 85. So it's really there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really in touch with that run. You can just see him all the way down looking at the poles. He's got his eye on every single lead. You'll notice his right eye's got a little bit bloodshot. That was from earlier on in the week. He woke up with it and we all thought he'd been zombified. So
just taking poles in the face, probably. Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that touch, but that was a pretty fast run.
Well, it's been a good crowds, I suppose, an exaggeration, but several hundred people are here. Banks. It's a fairly straight course, made in 2003, I believe. It's actually coming off the dam, so it's automatic opening gates that provide the water here. Ryan Wesley again from Great Britain, 21 years old, and he's big chance here to impress.
Yeah, Ryan again, he's really come into his own over these last 2 years, making loads of finals last year and even pushing up toward almost making the Seniors World Championships finals in Deep Creek. He's just an incredible athlete, paddling C1 and C2 this weekend. Made it through in the C2s yesterday in the penultimate place and on the first runs. And you just watch him. He's so in control all the way down, super smooth.
Well, he's 1.12 up on the split so far, so it's looking good.
Yeah, that spin on 4 or 5. Sorry, that was a little tight. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Sorry, I keep having.
Well, it's been given a 50 seconds, so we'll have to. You can appeal that, but it looked that they certainly put the decision in the hands of the judges.
Yeah, it was super risky. It was very tight around those poles on gate 9.
I'm a little surprised they were being pretty liberal with that call earlier today, that they would change how their strategy for calling penalties.
And as you can see on the screen, we're always trying to improve the graphics as much as possible. So you see the gate and the penalty. It's 50 in red and a 2-second penalty would be in yellow, so you can see where exactly we are.
I took the low line out of the last up and pulled it off pretty well, but I guess that it's not going to make much of a difference if they keep that 50-second penalty on there. Yeah, solid run time as well.
Yeah, really quick time. Just showing that 50 seconds.
He looks a little surprised by it, but
let's see if we have a look at it again, then we can actually judge for ourselves.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, just got stuck in that hole a little bit. Yeah, that.
It's hard to tell from that angle. I guess the British coaches will be on that straight away. We'll see what happens.
So, Aaron, you're pretty much a technical man. What's the actual rule?
The rule, you have to get your entire head in the gate and some of your boat. So
it's the outside of the gate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but it is. It looked like it was right on his chin, but it didn't really look like his boat made it all the way in there, which will be a tough call. We'll see what they say.
Such a shame for Ryan. His sister's just had their first baby, so Uncle Ryan's going to be hoping he can pull out some results tomorrow in the C2s.
Oh, mazel tov.
Thomas Coughlin, 23 years old from Switzerland. I was looking at his results, and I know he made the final in Cardiff in 2012. Made a lot of other semi-finals, but I think it's one of his few finals. So let's see how he goes. In 2014, he was 32nd, 26th, 11th, and 16th, so he's doing well today.
I got a little stalled there in gate 2, coming in a little late and having to do a big turn, but he's holding it together at least thus far through the run.
Nice exit there from the up left. Just needs to get on the speed now and get a bit of run on the boat.
Get that angle back in. Oh, he's going direct as a righty. That's
nice.
First thus far.
Just up on the split, 0.67.
Yeah.
Oh, taking the Wesley line in 8.
Yeah, these guys are just not pushing out of that wave, which is what you need to do if you're gonna get the speed and make sure you're in the gate. Then you're just taking it out of your hands and leaving it up to the judges. But
as you can see on your screen, they're giving him a 2-second penalty.
Yeah, he definitely had his head in, but that touch was just unfortunate because, as I said, got stuck in the wave. He's pushing in. Yeah, these eddies are remarkably strong.
It's just these last 2 upstreams can really move around. It depends on what you get in there as to what you can actually do around the poles. It looks like he's got away with that pretty well. Yeah, and good water on the way in and way out.
Time of reference is 86.19. It's quite a long sprint to the line, though. It's deceptive.
Yeah, that, the finish banner is actually a little bit above the finish line, which also I figured out in my first run of heats yesterday that you had at least 3-4 more strokes before you got there.
You made it to the semi-finals, so that's one good thing. So after 3 competitors are down, no one's clear yet. David Florence is leading the pack, as one might expect, at 86.19. But there's some big names coming down. And Michael Martican, he graced us with his presence today, but unfortunately didn't make the final.
Yeah, 2 touches just proved to be the difference for him. And Thomas, even with that touch, had a good run going. It just those last gates, you just can't be super tight on 19 and 20 because the water, as we said, shifts a lot and then screws you up on the finish sprint.
Well, who's next? It's Matej Beneš from Slovakia. He's had a good early season. I was looking at what his results have been so far. He's done 3 world rankings in Penrith. He was 4th. In Po, he won the gold. In Bratislava, he won the silver. Last week, he came 5th, and he's obviously an exciting paddler to watch.
Oh, yeah. Strong paddler for Slovakia. Slovakia has a ton of good C1s going for him right now. And I don't know, he says that boat, he's paddling Marticon's boat this year, or boat design, and he said it's a medium, but I really just don't believe it because he's just such a big guy.
He's enormous. What, 6'2"?
I mean, it makes even the wide gates look narrow when he's in them.
At least he's dropped that brown.
Yeah.
The grey.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's 2 seconds up.
Oof, yeah. That 5-6 combination is just perfect, and then stalling out a little, sliding down gate 8, but still holding it together and pressing on down the course, staying in the middle through these offsets, which is really fast.
Smooth and precise on each of those inside poles there. Perfect lines.
Let's see how he pulls the spin. Yeah, so he gets over the wave nicely. Oh, perfect.
Putting together a lovely run. Well, still over nearly 1.5 seconds ahead. The importance for the Slovakia team is the Olympic trials are going to take place in Spain, France, and later in the season, best of 5. So I guess this is not much at stake today apart from pride.
Well, do you know if they're including the World Championships as well? I know in the past they've had pre-selection from winning a medal there, but.
And here we go. It's going to be by far the fastest time so far.
Yeah, that's
Cracking
quick.
time.
81 plus 2. Wow, that's pretty good.
It's going to be pretty hard for the other athletes to beat that. It's going to be a good, solid standing time there.
Well, the fastest K1 was down in, was it Matthias Polacek in 79.
Yeah.
So they're pushing them all the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was standing with Dave Ford of Canada right after my run, and he was asking me if anyone was going to break 80. Of course, the Polish.
We're coming to you course side, pretty close to the finishing line in Krakow, in Poland, for the 2nd ICF World Cup of the season. And next week we're going to Slovakia, which is not too far away, so we're going to drive there, and that's Liptovsky.
And Matt, with what you were saying earlier about the water here, it's the course and being flow off the river. There's actually also a power plant that this water runs through, and that's one of the reasons the level ends up varying. But as you said, it seems they've kept it consistent today and for most of the heats.
Well, he's been competing on the international scene since 2009. I think this has done lots and lots of world rankings. I believe this is 2nd World Cup in Tachin in 2014. He came 22nd. We're talking, of course, about Martin Thomas from France, who's 25 years old. Let's see how he goes.
Yeah, nice smooth line in and out of 3. Carried a lot of speed, and he's doing exactly the same thing out through 4.
Yeah, you'll notice there's going to be a lot of French paddlers going down on the start line here. Not all from representing France either. They're representing all sorts of countries all over the place.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy I'm not racing for France. There's just such a deep field of paddlers there.
Well, so far it's...
Well, he's the first guy to spin that thus far, or second guy, sorry.
Again, super smooth on this stagger here.
Yeah, you got to be in the middle of those gates to keep the boat running, because if you're waiting on those poles, that's time just disappearing on you.
Nice and tight. Is he going to be up on the split?
Let's see.
It's close. In touch, just a second down. The 20 French competitors who are following him down on the bank, cheering along.
I don't know if he meant to spin both of those, but either way, he pulled it out pretty nicely.
Kept the speed running. And remember, Matej had a really quick time, so this is probably going to go to 2nd place if he can hold it.
Yeah, this is... Oh, wow, shockingly, the crux move. Oh, just...
Well, he's given 2 seconds there, so he's still going to be close, but no, it's expensive.
Dave's got him.
Unlucky.
He moves into provisional 3rd place, but unfortunate error to the end.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's upset about the touch or if he's a little concerned about gate 20 there, but it's a good run going prior to that.
Yeah, like you touched on earlier, Matt, the course today is pretty much the same as yesterday's qualification course, but what they've done is they've widened off all of the staggers to make it that little bit harder to really force the spins in. Yesterday there was a lot of back-off moves going in, but today they're going to look at putting in a lot more spin work.
Yeah, and they, well, also, after watching the demonstration runs yesterday, decided that they'd made the course hard enough and made 1920 a little bit easier. It was a little wider of an offset yesterday, and today it's, I think they moved 19 over nearly a gate width to the right.
must have been talking to your compatriot and course setter, Rafa Slalom.
Yeah. Raffle looked a little bit uneasy yesterday, running up and down the course, moving gates around, but I think they got dialed in pretty nicely now.
Alexander Slavkovsky was the first to go last week in Prague. He actually eventually came 6th, but he's another top competitor for Slovakia.
Yeah, as we said, the Slovakians are quite strong in C1. I mean, you know, he could be the best paddler in the world, but he's in paddling just behind Michael Martikan. So every time it comes to the Olympics, you gotta touch on 4. You gotta make sure to beat out a guy who has 4 or 5 Olympic medals. Yeah,
5 now. Yeah.
I think he's the only guy with the rainbow too, having two gold, silver, bronze. I mean,
Well, he's not competing today, but unfortunately for Sasha, as they call him, he's 4 seconds off, and that's not the way he wanted to do it.
no, got stuck in that hole again. Said it's just hard. You got to make sure to have that speed across, and not get your bow pointed up too early.
As you can see on the screen, he's been given a 50-second penalty, so that's effectively run over.
Oh, well, yeah, he's not going to be happy with that.
Martin Thomas from France is appealing something, or something's been appealed, so we'll keep you in action there. But even if he does have some off, I don't think it's going to change too much. At the moment, it's Matej Beneš from Slovakia who's the fastest time, which is with penalties is 83.
Yeah, Martin Thomas, they also might be reviewing gate 20 on that. It might just be the automatic review that the ICF does after every run in the final.
Yeah, it's not going to be the fastest run, even without his penalties. He's not really been putting the pace down like the other boys have.
Yeah, I mean, even on a gate 8, even though he 50'd it, he also did lose time.
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
Goes for another day. 4 left to go, and some big champions in here.
Yeah, all of them looking super happy there until they realised that the camera was on them and got some smiles.
Yeah, some trepidation for sure. But yeah, well, you know, Slavkovsky has next week at his home course in Liptovsky, Mikulas, where his father for years and years was the mayor of the town. Him and Martikan will have a chance to go win at home.
Yeah. Slovaks always do well on Liptovsky. They just know the water inside out.
As you can see, when he hit that pole, it split his head. So that's I guess why they probably called a 50-second penalty there.
Next to go, Benny Savcek from Slovenia, and he arguably has been the form athlete in the last year or so. In the rankings this year, he's done Solken, he came first, Malkenberg 9th, Liptovsky 2nd, Tachin 1st. Deep Creek last year in the Worlds, he was 2nd. In the Europeans, he came 1st, so he's not on bad form.
No,
He's pretty decent this year, and he's always, like, year on year been building on his results, like even through from 2009, 2010, when getting into the finals across the World Cup series there, and he's really been pushing it on the championship races. He's a really good paddler, exciting paddler to watch.
Well, last week he might have changed because the commentators were with me. They were saying, look out for his high-risk approach, and he used, I think he went for the first time in his life, he went clear.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a very fast paddler and just had penalty issues. And it seems now that he's cleaned it up, he's just killing it on the circuit. And, I mean, when was the last time you saw somebody be a wire-to-wire leader at the European Championships?
Exactly. Super smooth through all of that. I think he's going to be pushing the boundaries with the split here.
Yeah,
Well, he's been given a 2 second and he's 3.6 seconds down. He's going to have to really move it now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time to gain and a lot of time to lose in these last 5 gates. 13.
So he's just losing the contact there with 18.
Yeah, that water dropped out on him. But still, fast through that offset.
He's not far off.
No, just got to get across the line and whoop. Oh, just back. Well, we'll see what they do about that touch.
Moved into provisional 3rd place if the situation stands.
Yeah, definitely not his best run, and he's showing that on his face as he crossed the finish line.
Slavkovsky has an appeal. He had a 50-second penalty.
Yeah, that could have gone either on Slavkovsky. That could have gone either way. Again, surprised the judges in that section are changing their approach.
Well, there's plenty of video image to back it up. Let's hope he makes the right decision for the
Yeah, that didn't. Well, based on what the replay we just saw of Benny, it didn't look like he hit 13. But
well, if he did, he's still not.
that was tight.
Still not quite fast enough to take the first place.
but maybe enough to put on the podium. We'll see. We've got 3 guys to go. And if there's anyone who can turn fast, it's this guy.
Almost a weekend off for Stan Jezek. When he's at Prague, he's doing all sorts of computer fixing jobs, and now he's just here at 38 years old to enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I remember when I was a youngin in 2001 at our team trials on the Coe. He was there practicing because we were supposed to have world championships. 9/11 brought an end to that, but watching his warm-up was the most impressive thing I've ever seen. Just him on his crossbow, he looks like he's a rubber man.
Totally a rubber band. You can just see it gets the angle set on the boat and just whips around so fast.
Yeah, a little bit a little high there, but it still seems to be okay. He's got the speed for this move.
Well, one last week, as good as you can do.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to feel great winning at your home course.
Missed the team last year, so I know he hasn't needed to, probably not. He's slightly down, 3/4 second down, and going through 8 quickly.
Yeah, that was real quick.
He's definitely made that time up over this next few gates. We can see that it's, again in the inside poles here, super smooth.
Yeah, let's see what he does on this up. This is got to carry the speed out for this spin. And, ooh, a little
Just
Jeep.
onto the outside pole there on 14.
Well,
Yeah.
2.5 seconds, you keep going, ooh, and I guess that counts for a second.
Oh, well, there was the second touch. It's still on.
His pace is good, but those 2 touches are going to be costly.
Yeah, he's taking the conservative line out of that last up into this offset. Let's see if he can stay on the water in the finish line. Not going to be good enough to crack the top 3, but still a pretty solid run.
Well, moves into 5th place, 6 seconds off the pace, and we know that Matej Beneš from Slovakia has a medal.
Oh, good for Macho. His sister, actually, about a month ago, just had a child, and she's back in the boat in the U.S. Donna Mann, and trying to get together and make the U.S. team for World Championships.
Yeah, they explained. They said, well, it'll then be 3 months since she had a baby, so she'll be fine. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. Her mom. I know their mother came over to watch the kids so she can get out on the river. But oh man.
Next to go, someone from America. You perhaps wouldn't have expected this before, but good luck to him. It's Casey Eichfield. Tell us briefly something about Casey Eichfield.
Casey lives and trains in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the U.S. National Whitewater Center. He's races C2 as well with Devin McEwen. Devin, his father, passed away last year. Was a Olympic medalist in 1972 in C1 at the Augsburg Olympics. The Munich Olympics in Augsburg.
Well, last season in the World Cups, he was 26th, 19th, 15th, and 9th. So he's doing well to be in the final.
Yeah, I mean, he had a nice, solid first run. I wasn't sure that was going to be enough, but he absolutely held it together, stayed clean, and
super tight around there in the up left.
Yeah,
Some serious crossbow work going in.
yeah, he's got to feel good being here and not being the poster child for, that's not good, poster boy like he was at Deep Creek.
Yeah, everybody knew who Casey was going down to shop and save.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's a life-size model almost.
Yep.
Yeah, people taking pictures with the poster. Oh, yeah, he's just lost touch in that offset, the 5-6 offset going to that back ferry, and then it just seems he's having a hard time getting his concentration back. But see if he at least puts down a solid run.
Yeah, he's a little bit off the pace here. That's
yeah,
costly as well.
Just exiting too straight, not catching that wave enough, and I mean, as you can see, it resulted in a 2-second penalty.
6 seconds down. He's still in touch with 4th place.
Yeah, just got to make the last 5 gates. Let's see, yeah, losing a little speed there, pushing up to make sure he's going to be fine in his offsets.
There goes Casey Eichfield. Well done for going to the final. Your sort of compatriot, Fabien Lefebvre, who for America, USA, absolutely represented, won the C1 World Championships, but that might be the end of the story.
Well, no, he still has a chance next year to make the Olympic team if he gets a citizenship in time, which it's a hard battle in the States to get that expedited because you need an act of Congress to be able to have the process sped up. But the U.S. we're a melting pot. None of us are really from there, so it's not. So I guess he is a compatriot.
Okay, Matej Beneš has a medal. David Florence has a medal, and it's Franz Anton. It's up to the young German to decide his own destiny.
Yeah, who was 3rd at the World Championships last year in Deep Creek, Maryland. when he's not taking pictures, paddling C1 or C2, or paddling C2, he's paddling C1.
And we had Jan Benzema in the box last weekend commentating his run, and I've never seen someone look so nervous going down.
The Germans get nervous?
Jan Benzema was nervous watching it. Anyway, here we go.
Oh.
Last competitor to go of the 10.
Yeah, a little tight on the inside pole of gate 2. Still holding together. Taking, yeah, same line as everyone else, pushing out wide out of gate 3. And tight in 4.
Yeah, he's not quite got the smoothest run on his boat, and he's struggling on the exit there. But just needs to get that speed up again, get going.
Yeah, going direct here as well. So that's a hard move for a righty going direct there, huh?
Totally. You need to get that crossbow in and then go on the fakey sweep.
Fakey sweep. Oh, and direct on gate 8. Oh, a little stalled out.
I rejected there.
Yeah, not devastating, but not what you want.
Seems like he's got it back there. We've got back on it.
All right, that's what the Germans are, very, very focused. It's hard to rattle them.
Well, he's also going to be in the semi-finals tomorrow morning of the C2. Just scraped in the second last position, but it's 5.26 seconds off the pace at the moment.
Yeah, that's got to be all from that first up and then that direct, really. And then, yeah, a little too tight on 17. It's not having that speed is a big deal.
Oh, that touch is going to be costly. He needs to really batter it down to the finish.
Yeah, looks like he'll be outside the medals. Yeah. Oh, man. Bad water.
Matty Bennis in your picture takes the gold medal. Franz Anson disgusted with his run.
Yeah.
Comes across in 91.11 seconds.
Yeah, super deserving there from Bennis. That run was just magic all the way down, top to bottom, really in focus.
Yeah, look, 1, 2, and 3 up there, or 1, 2, and 5. Sorry, not in order.
Well, there's no doubt there. He's won by 2.86 seconds, putting down a pure time of 81.33, which is I don't know where he would have taken him in the K1, but somewhere near the top.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what do you think? So Dave just had a bronze last week, silver. So now he's got to get a gold to keep moving on up the World Cup stage.
Doesn't want to peak too soon. He's looking forward to Olympic selection in October, but they've done pretty well so far in their C2. If they get another medal at the World Championships, they pre-qualify themselves in C2's place for next year. So I'm obviously rooting for them because I want them to do well, but I'm obviously rooting against them a little bit because I want to be there too. So it's a bit of a hit and go.
And what he loves Lee Valley. He won the World Cup there last year.
Yeah.
He knows that place like the back of his hand, as I'm sure you all do.
Totally. And this year, the British selections have been the tightest they've ever been. There was probably 0.1 between all 4 of the top boats throughout the entire selection series. And it was just relentless the whole weekend. Perfect racing.
Well, let's just clarify what we've seen. Matej Beneš takes the gold for Slovakia, David Florence the silver for Great Britain, and Benjamin Slavsek the bronze for Slovenia. With Martin Thomas there, the relative, I suppose, newcomer in this pedigree, is also taking a wonderful 4th place after he had 2 seconds taken off after uphill.
It's remarkable that all these guys were just great paddlers, all of them having penalties on these runs. It just really shows you how difficult this course is.
Yeah, there's a lot of really tight moves in there where they've had to go cut in a couple of spins. The bow can drop up and pull around and take out those outside poles in a lot of places. So,
and I mean, after yesterday's heats, when people are laying down times in the mid to low 70s in the C1 class, it's amazing to see that without changing any gates, but just widening these offsets, it really has made this course much more difficult.
And this is the moment the commentators are glad they were joining me here in my executive box because it started to rain outside.
Of course it did.
Just in time for the British girls bookending on the C1 final, the C1 women's finals there, Aileen and Kim.
Oh, she won. I didn't even see the results yet. Oh, good for them. 1 and 10.
And Mallory Franklin had a 50-second penalty.
Yeah, she had a really unfortunate. She wasn't sure if it was a 50 or not, but even without that, she would have been just outside. She had 4 touches, and then the 50 would have been changed into a touch. She got it taken off, so she would have been just outside. I was really disappointed with that result.
Looking at the start list, and it's pretty clear that the Aussies are pretty strong in the C1 women's class.
Yeah, they are really strong, but it's a surprise to see that Naomi is pulled out a second place in that semi-final, so we'll see what she can do in this final.
Beating her sister, looking for bragging rights.
I've seen it all over Instagram straight away already.
Hashtag take that, Jess.
I'm not sure that's the case. I'm sure they support each other. Talking to the father, Richard, about an hour ago, you said the girls are so close. It's good to see competition. So,
Sure. But you get the front seat of the car if you beat Jess, then the drive to Liptovsky next week.
Well, she's got to fight Miriam for that.
True.
coming to you live from Poland, Matt Lister with me, C2 specialist. Matt, you've been dogged by injuries the last year. How are you feeling now?
Finally, touch wood, all in one piece. We've had some pretty bad issues with me and Reese. Reese dislocated his shoulder in October, so that put us out for a good 3 months training. And 2 weeks after we got back in the boat, I tore 3 intercostal muscles in my ribs, so that put us out for another month. So over the whole of the winter training, we only actually got about a month to 6 weeks training in. So to say that it was still really competitive through the selection series, we're pretty happy with the results that we're getting at the minute.
Is it because you got rid of the beard?
Yeah, it is. I was touching gates with it, so I shaved it off. Got the tash instead.
Ah, perfect.
Everything's on my hipster now, though. It's not going down too well.
What are you doing for Sport UK? Aren't you as the
yeah,
ambassador?
British Athletes and Commission have just appointed me the LGBT ambassador for Great Britain for all the athletes, so it's a pretty big deal.
Congratulations.
Take that, Tom Daly.
On your on your plate. Moving swiftly on, we're going to have the finalists for the C1 women. It's the same course, it's the same layout, and I guess they're going to have the same challenges here. Let's see if we're going to have the list. Anyway, first to go is going to be
Ailey
Gibson from Great Britain, Scotland. As we all remember, fans of this sport, her happiness at watching her compatriots do badly in Lee Valley last year, and then she came second in the first World Cup. That was her first World Cup of her career. Now she's a seasoned professional. Let's see how she's going to perform today. Tell us something about Ailey.
Well, the first thing to tell you about Ailey is the fact that all the commentators really struggle to pronounce her name. We've had eyelid, Eidliger, people add extra vowels in there and extra consonants, but she's a really, really determined paddler. She's based up in Edinburgh. She's doing a medical degree at Edinburgh Uni, so she's trying not to spend too much time away from London. She keeps coming down to train with us guys, and it's really nice. She's a lovely girl, really good to spend time with her.
That's hard to split time between med school and training.
Yeah, especially when you have to fly back and forth to training.
Boy. Yeah, I'm just going to say
last year, as I mentioned, in Lee Valley she came second, Prague 9th. It's another final, rather. Let's say 15th, Augsburg 19 in the world. Just missed out on the final by coming 12th.
She seems to be getting off to an awkward start here, a bit too early into gate 3. Come on, Ailey, get it in, get it in, get it in, go. Come on.
See the judge right there. Okay, they just called a touch on that. That's good. I'm not saying she purposefully displaced the gate to make it in.
Yeah, she'll be looking to move away from that and get on with the rest of the run now.
Yeah, get the touch out of your way early, right?
Definitely.
Well, the time of reference is quite quick actually. We had the fastest time was 1:02. 3 of the athletes went through clear, which is quite rare.
Yeah, the C1 women seem to be really kicking it up on the preciseness and the precision through the entire race over all the K1 men, the C1 men, and the C2s. So let's see what they can do in this round. Oh,
little trouble in that
really caught up now.
Yeah, got stuck in that breaking wave right there, which just makes it difficult to get the line you want for the spin on gate 8.
Yeah, it's really easy to lose. As soon as you lose the height on each one of these staggers, it can just catch up with you through and just continue all the way down the run. So it's good to get back on the pace, get back on your line, and really hone in on what you want to be doing.
For an artificial course, it seems rather wide. Does that affect things?
I would say it's reasonably wide for an artificial course, but it doesn't really affect things too badly. It's very similar to Nottingham, to be honest. I think that's where Ailey would have had a bit of an advantage if she had been putting a good run down this week. She's not going to be happy with this when she finishes.
Yeah, already having to loop back on gate 15.
As you can see the graphics, it's a new system we're trying out, so you can actually see the gate numbers clearly on the top and the penalty on the bottom.
Yeah, definitely makes it easier than looking back and forth from the Seaweed data feed.
Definitely.
Ooh, another touch. Spin 20. It's going to make it hard to straighten out. Oh, actually, she pulled that off pretty well. I thought it was going to make it a little harder to straighten it out and get that finish sprint.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be very happy with that run at all.
Yeah, I think her face and reaction say everything.
Problem is you have a very smart camera at the finish line now, so you can actually pick up all the emotions for the athletes. And,
Smile and wave, regardless.
Daniel Momenti might be regretting that.
Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as I saw that, I held back my real feelings about my semi-final run.
Anyway, out of 32 athletes, only 10 made the final. Victoria Wolfhart, she's one of 4 Austrian girls competing for the 3 places in the K1 World Championship team. So they're the priorities, but so far she's doing, seems to be doing well in the C1 as well.
And definitely will benefit from having some experience on this course in C1 for her K1 run tomorrow. Ooh, oh. That got a little bit of that boil on the way in. You got to make sure to have the boat turned upstream by the time you're in that up. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting with the water.
I think that upstream is definitely one that is paramount to the evil in the upstream videos. You want to be in and out of there swift as possible.
Yeah, get out of there quickly so you don't have to deal with it. Here's coming to the spin that people have been having issues with so far. And, she has 2 straight across, having her bow pointed at the river left bank, and just had a hard time when she wanted to turn it back up, getting out of the wave once again.
Throwing in an extra spin there, but she seems to be getting back on the rhythm now. I think Vicky's, she's been focusing all her training on kayak recently. She hasn't actually been doing any C1 training at all, so it's amazing that she's managed to make this final so convincingly.
Just icing on the cake, I guess.
Indeed.
Well, last week she was 7th in Prague in the final and 2nd fastest in the semis. And as I mentioned a second ago, the priority is very much a case of K1. The debate is if she actually makes a final in the Worlds, will she go in C1 as well? Because obviously the priority is going to be the Olympic event.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Olympic qualifying is key, especially considering how competitive Europeans are. So
yeah, totally. And she's got some real strong competitive teammates as well. She's got Vio Obliga Peters, and she's got Connie Kuhnler as well. And then there's Lisa Leighton, who can always come in as an underdog. And all 4 of them really mixing up the results across all the other World Cups.
Well, she comes in with 18 seconds down. Will that be enough? 118 seconds, as we mentioned a few minutes ago. The fastest in the semi-final was 102.
Yeah, I think 118 was around 10th place for the semi-final, so I think she'll be way down the order with that, but we'll have to wait and see. The pressure can get to these girls. We'll see how it goes.
Get to anyone. Finals are a different animal.
Sounds like you're talking from experience there. Victoria Dobrovolska from Ukraine, part of the TIP program, the talent identification program run by Pierre Gozlin. So successfully now, it's 3rd or 4th year. They're really putting together some good athletes with good results.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see a variety of nations make it into the. It seems like it's been dominated mostly by the European nations who have had some pretty strong C1 women in the past 3-4 years.
Both these Victoria Dobrovolska and Victoria Us, they've been in and around on the European scene for quite a while, picking up lots of European junior and Europe under-23 medals at the championship races, and then again in the World Cup races, just really mixing it up in the finals.
Last week she was in Prague World Cup 1, she was 15th, and this weekend so far hasn't quite gone to plan. And the K1, which also competing again, she came 40th in heat number 2. Let's see where she's on the split.
She's the first athlete to actually break that eddy line there.
Yeah, you can break it so she can get a good switch with her paddle right afterwards. So keep the speed going, not spin gate 10. Yeah, the only one going direct there thus far.
Decent, nice and smooth, getting on the line, staying on the inside poles. She just wants to hold this run together now. She could be in the shout for a medal.
Yeah, surprised they're not. Because on the first runs they were definitely putting the boat onto the poles a little bit more. It seems like she's going around a bunch, as the first two athletes did as well.
She's 7.23 seconds up at the second split there, so she's got a little bit of time to play with to get up into that first position, but she's going to want to keep the poles, keep the tightness, keep the run running together so she can actually stay up there and potentially get in the medal zone.
Yeah, a little low in the last 2 ups, but she's at least able to keep the speed running through gate 18. There's the move that was causing so much trouble earlier, and she just aced it.
No issues.
Time of reference is 1:18.99. It's going to be well under that.
Yeah, what do you think? 1:12? No, 1:11. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a cracking time.
It looks happy with that. Well done.
Hair hanging out of the helmet, and she's happy.
Well, That's fine. The best result so far I could find was in the 2012 World Cup in Bratislava. She came 5th. In last season when Lesage came 13th, and in Deep Creek she came 14th. So there's some progression going on there.
Absolutely. Like Deep Creek, this course is pretty surgy and the water changes a lot, so you just have to be very conscious of that and read and react.
There's an experienced Olympian who is saying, I love C2. There's hopefully enough space for everything in this sport.
Yeah, she's young Ana Salida from Brazil is definitely getting much stronger in the K1 women's class, and clearly is up at the top in the C1 women's class as well.
She's 16 years old. She's in the Olympics now, working 19 years old.
Yep, and she'll be competing in July at the Pan Am Games the Toronto Pan Am Games, and the race for slalom will be in Minden, Ontario, on the the Minden Wild Water Preserve, which is a great natural venue that had hosted World Cups in the 90s, but hasn't had a major race there since.
Oh, amazing.
Well, 4 seconds up at the split.
Pretty good so far, keeping it smooth, being conservative through some of those gates, and that's the judge on the bridge called it clean. That's all I can see. So that's good thus far.
Just cutting those lines, just really pushing it.
Yeah,
just taking a touch there on gate 11.
Yeah.
Still plowing down.
Yeah, another touch on 13, trying to jump in there high. You got to keep that boat flat when you jump in, because the eddy line will just grab your stern and lift up the bow, which will result in a touch, as we just saw. Double spin.
Yeah, all these Brazilian athletes coming through the ranks now. Since, I'd say around 2010, we'd seem to start seeing a bit of a boost since they got the announcement for the games. And
absolutely, their coach, Ettore Evaldi, has to be happy with the results, but he's not going to be happy with it.
Taking out gate 18, only given 2 seconds of penalty. So far, 6 seconds of penalties.
The first girl to go for the spin on the 1920 combination, but it's given her a bunch of speed coming down through 21.
Yeah, the speed's there, the pace is there, but she's going to be just outside that time from Victoria Dobrovolska.
Yeah, those touches prove pretty costly.
Always smiling.
Keeping it running. Let's see the spin again. Yeah. Got the head in. Yes, got the boat in as well. The judges determined it's a close call, but she pulled it off. As we can see the third time. Yeah, I guess she snuck the boat in just at the end there.
France have huge strength in depth. This is last week. She was 8th. Deep Creek, she was 17th.
Yeah, you know the French are strong when you're in Poland, and they have 2 French C1 women doing the demonstration in 4 runs.
They're everywhere. Can't get rid of them.
Nah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was out in Po a couple of weeks ago for a training camp, just me and Reese. And the French, even the guys that aren't in the team, they're just so committed, so good in their training. It's perfect, like, to go over there and race against them, do a bit of competitive work. Priceless.
Yeah, if you think they're deep in this class, then you see their C1s, and you see their kayaks.
Well, 5 seconds up, which is impressive.
Yeah.
But there's 2 seconds off.
Yeah, gave a little bit back in gate 7, but now coming into 8, they made it through there nice and clean. At Eddie, but it's definitely keeping the speed moving.
Remember, Victoria had a bit of an issue with these last couple of upstreams, so she could make some time back up there.
Yeah, Victoria is so far the only one who's made it direct through 10.
Yeah.
A little low in 13 as well, but get the speed back up and do this next spin well. Jump in there.
Just being a little bit cautious, just making sure she can get the boat back online where she wants it to be.
Yeah, those touches are costly, so even taking a little bit extra time and not hitting those poles is absolutely worth it. Oh, touching that inside gate on the way in with their bow, pull cue in it. Yeah,
you can see both the Victorias here. They're looking on with nervous eyes, hoping they can get in there, stay up in the ranks. But this is a really fast run.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
111 to 1 to look out for.
Oh, no, get up. Up. I don't know if that's time stopped. We'll have to see if she was right side up when she crossed the finish line there.
It sounded like the beam went when she was upside down, so she might not actually get the finish time there.
Yeah. I believe Paul Ratcliffe had an issue with that in Australia. Maybe that was in 2000, where he was half upside, flipping over as he's crossing the finish line.
Yeah.
K1 men's class.
Always keeping it interesting on sprints.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so far 6 of the competitors have gone, but the next, no, 5 have gone, sorry, but the next 5 are really dynamic. She smiles if she wins, she loses. Last week she won. It was Katarina Hoska's first ever World Cup victory that she'd been aiming for years. Of course, she's a former world champion, and let's see how she performs today. She flipped deliberately after her win last week. Let's see how she goes today.
Yeah, she's one of the few women in the final here that actually does not switch sides as she comes down the course. She stays all on the left, which is, I mean, I can't do that, so, but that's not saying very much.
I used to be able to. I struggle with it now, but Hoskova is such a petite athlete, but she's so powerful all the way down. Super precise. Oh,
wow.
Just as I say that, kiss of death.
But still made it through that clean, which is huge. Both those offsets, yeah.
Well, 2 seconds up, 2.5 seconds up.
Even with that error, it's a pretty good run going. So let's see if she holds it together. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh, good. Still above the gate, so it doesn't look like she broke the gate line. We'll see if they give her a touch or a 50-second penalty on that one.
Yeah, it's gone through as a touch there, so she's got away with that one. She just wants to get back on line, get back on the inside poles here.
Yeah, if you pass through a gate upside down, that's actually, I don't think that's a 50-second penalty anymore. You can actually still go back and get it, which was a recent rule change.
That's the issue. I've got a few rule changes.
Yeah, touch on 14 as well, but keeping it together. Oh, she did switch.
Yeah, she's 10 seconds down off the pace now. She's really going to want to nail these last 2 upstreams just to get a bit of time back. She's got 7 seconds to make up to get in, even on the podium for the moment. So she's got a lot of work to do. I don't think she's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, still get them win at home. It's just an icing on the cake to get another medal here. But you know, we're all super competitive, so I want to walk away with the hardware no matter what.
Well, it's been a tough run, but she's come through with honours, coming through in provisional 4th place. Katarina Hoskova, who did win last week, as we kept saying.
Yeah, she made up 4 seconds there, but it just wasn't enough to get to the last section there.
That edging there is hard. These holes are powerful. All these features are quite powerful, deceivingly actually.
Yeah, totally. Especially for such a small course with such a small drop-off. It's really.
The first of 2 Foxes in the final. This is Jess Fox, the world champion in whatever age category you like to mention.
Yeah, I mean, walked away last year at Deep Creek with gold medal in both C1 and K1, which is absolutely what she, I guess, was looking to do when she came there, but really impressive. And when NBC did their special on the event, it was all when they're talking about the women's class, it was all Jess Fox.
She's an absolutely phenomenal athlete, and you forget over the years how many titles she's had, not just World Cups, but all through the championships, through
well,
juniors.
6.85 seconds up.
Yeah, and I mean, you forget how young she is too, for how composed she is out on the course.
Totally.
I mean, walked away with silver at the Olympics in
There's
London.
2-second penalty.
Yeah,
She absorbed it.
still flying down. So.
Well, I was speaking to Richard Fox a few minutes before they went, and said, "How's Jess?" Said, "We might see more of her in the final."
Fair enough.
She's definitely got it in the genes.
Yeah, Fox, Richard being the winningest kayak of all time during his career.
Well, as we saw the last split, still 3 seconds up, and she's renowned for making up time in the last 100 meters.
Yeah, she's super smooth around that last upright.
Yeah, keeping it clean, putting the bow between the poles, driving out of here and making, lifted.
Another 2 seconds, but it's going to be close. It's there. 111 is the time.
She's going to be well inside that, but she's left it wide open for these last 3 girls.
Wow, 97 raw time. That's pretty good.
That's a very, very fast time for a C1.
Yeah, it's one of the disadvantages of starting late in the final is you see what everyone else does, and I mean, you try to ignore it, but you absolutely can hear the announcer. Well, if you're not a Polish speaker, when you hear him speak in English, you know what just happened.
Well, that was a very fast time.
Oh, so they did, in the end they did say that.
Lucy Badou didn't actually get given a finish time there. She got a DNF for being upside down through the finish beam.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's the way it goes. 3 competitors to go. We've just had one Australian, and we're going to go for another one and another one. Ross Lawrence won in Prague last year, had a good start to the season, won the Oceanic Championships, won the world ranking in Penrith. Didn't make the final last week, which was a huge surprise. Let's see how she goes today.
Yeah, Roz will also be racing tomorrow in the K1 women's class in the semi-final.
At home with big water, so nothing should phase her today.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'd say this course is quite similar to Penrith, very wavy all the way down. It's all about keeping the bow on top of the water and keeping the run on the boat.
She took a more patient approach out of gate 3, coming out tight, so she can come in from the side into gate 4, and it looks like it's paid off thus far. Oh, got caught in that boily eddy line a little bit. Able to fix it.
Well, 4 seconds off in the split, but we did see Jess was miles ahead of anyone else. She's struggling here.
Yeah, put too much stern down in gate 6, and that just that plus over rotating left her a little too far to the right early, and caused her some issues in gate 7, which also led to a penalty.
Good spin in gate 8 though, and back on the pace through gate 9 and gate 10. She just had to drop in a spin there that she didn't want.
Yeah, did it as if it looked like it was part of the plan, but so at least you can see she's still focused and driving on down the course.
She's going to be on the next split.
Oh God!
Oh,
that's not what you wanted.
Dropped that inside edge on the wave, and it just caught her and pushed her over. It's going to have to take a 50-second penalty on gate 14.
She's really struggling with these edges. She looks like she may have potentially she's lost the strap while she's been coming down the course.
Yeah, that's definitely what it appears like, but speculate all we want. Not going to know until after it's done.
Well done for finishing the course.
Yeah, absolutely not doing like one of the K1 men's earlier today who missed a gate and decided to take a karate chop at one of the poles as he floated to the finish line. Pushing across, you can see she's disappointed.
Ross Lawrence provisionally goes into 7th position. So far, the medals are for Australia, Ukraine, and Brazil, with Jess Fox guaranteeing herself a medal. Last week, she only won the silver.
That was also a surprise based on how strong she is, but as you said, Harskova knows that course like the back of her hand, and being at home definitely gives you some energy. That crowd in Prague, just loud for them Czechs.
Here's the second Fox sister.
18 years old, this making her World Cup debut. Was a forerunner last week in Prague. Next week she's going to be in the K1 and the C1. Let's see how she goes today. She looked very measured and relaxed and smiley and laughed the last one.
And taking that same approach as Lawrence out of 3 and 4, and pretty smooth in and out of there. This exit's tricky. Those boils and that hole right there is quite strong.
Yeah, she's looking pretty smooth through here.
Yeah, like a grizzled veteran.
Well, still in touch, 4 seconds behind Fox Senior in the first split.
Yeah, just trying to stick to the plan and not change things up and just hold it together. She went for the bogey in gate 8, which
is what those normal people call a peel out.
Peel out, bogey, whatever. I don't know what you get. In American English. What, spin reverse? Did that work for you? I don't know, the back ferry. I don't hear people call it a back ferry either. Is it the back off?
Well, 2 seconds off. Look at Jess watching, saying, "Come on, little sis."
And no.
10 seconds down off the pace.
Yeah, that spin in 15, she definitely slid out there more than I'm sure she wanted to. And coming a little bit low into 17, but holding it together.
I'd say this is her first ever World Cup. This is extraordinary.
Yeah, super performance on that first run in the semi-final to get into second place. Really smooth all the way down. I watched it and ran down with her, and she's just, you could just see in the eyes, she's got it. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's here for.
Well, she's not going to be the first one. The second time is 1:11. No, slightly out of there.
Ooh. Yeah, a little trouble with that last. there at the finish line.
Provisionally moves into 5th place. Fox first, Fox 5th.
Well, promising start to a young career.
Definitely. You can see from previous experience with the Foxes that she's definitely got a long and healthy career ahead of her.
Yeah, absolutely. Both parents world championship medalists. Just remarkable. Miriam, Olympic medalist as well in '92, I believe. Silver. Yeah.
Come on, Kim.
So she's got that over Richard. Actually has an Olympic medal.
Anyway, Kim Woods, who had a bit of a dodgy season last year, but she's done well so far this season.
Yeah, European champion, which is incredible for Kim. I've always seen her paddling at that kind of a level in winter training, but never really seen her put it down in some races. But she seems to be struggling on these first 2 upstreams. It's not like Kim.
Yeah, a little, maybe being a little low in 3 rattled her a little, but she still pushing the pace.
Again, super young athlete. She's 21. She's got a couple of years left in her as under 23. She was a under 23 silver medalist and junior gold medalist at the World Championships.
Yeah, and I mean, regardless of what happens, it happens. This is valuable experience for next year, when the under 23 and junior World Championships will be on this course.
2 seconds penalties, but it looks like she's going to be still in touch with a medal at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, doing that spin well, it's going to pay off for sure.
Well, only 3 seconds down on these splits. That would put you in a silver medal position.
Yeah, you just got to hold it together in this.
Well, Jess made some faults at the end, so it's still winnable.
Yeah, that was really fast. I think the best we've seen thus far.
Well, the European champion against the world champion.
Oh, come on, Kim.
Little low there. Had some bad water, but
1:03.19 is the time to go for.
here we go. Let's see how this finish sprint goes. She's
All the way,
on
all
the
the way.
water.
She's going to be just outside that lead time.
Silver medal.
Silver medal.
No?
Well, delighted. Silver medal.
She'll be happy, and her family will be home watching it on the iPad, and her grandma and granddad will be out
I think
rugby.
That screech said it all at the finish line, huh?
She's a very happy little girl.
What's the provisional podium now is Fox, Woods, and then
Dobrovolska. She'll
Thank
be
you.
really happy with that one.
All right, that's great. Crane walking away with the medal today.
Stila just missing out in 4th place.
Yeah, those touches, as you said, those touches proved costly in the end. She had a time that was faster than Dobrovolska.
Yeah.
But 3 touches proved the difference. So what? Only 1 clean run in the both finals thus far. We've only had one person make it down without having any penalties. Wonder if that'll go over to the kayak class.
Well, we'll see. This is the 3rd of the 3 events we're going to be covering to you live from Krakow in Poland today. We're just about to do a switch over. Matt Lister is a canoe specialist, so he's going to make way. Thanks for coming in,
I'm
Matt.
going to bugger
Good luck,
off.
Thank you very much for coming in, and look forward to watching you tomorrow.
Cool.
Thank you, bro. And confirmation of the results. Jess Fox takes the gold. Woods takes the silver for Great Britain, and Victoria Dobrovolska takes the bronze for Ukraine.
And saw a rarity with Lucy Batto having a DNF for crossing the finish line upside down.
Well, someone we thought we'd never see in here on a Saturday. It's Yuri Priskovich. How are you?
Hello. Good. Thank you.
Not happy to see you, but happy that we're here, I guess.
Thanks.
Yeah, I much prefer watching you on the course, man.
So what happened with your run briefly?
Well, I had a very bad top, and then I tried to save it, but it just wasn't enough. But I'm sure we'll see some very good competition during the K1 finals.
Well, that's what it's all about. So far we've had the canoes. Now we're going to switch to the kayaks. The weather, it's holding. There's fairly big clouds, but I don't think there's going to be a thunderstorm. We might have some rain. There's a real healthy crowd here today. So let's look down the lists. Lucien Delfour, who's a fast guy, is going to be the first to gate, followed by another fast guy, someone else who's even quicker, Biazzetso, who's fast. They're also fast, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think Lucien was the only one making the final with a touch. I don't think anybody else actually touched the semis, so I think he's gonna definitely go for a good run.
And Mike Kurt making the final at his first World Cup of the year.
That's normal though, because when he was here in 2013 at the Europeans, he came second there.
Oh.
Yeah, he was just behind me. I was very scared at the finish.
Mike was taking it easy the past couple of years. Surprised he came to Worlds last year because he was busy working on his new company that's a crowdsourcing platform for athletes.
Called I Believe in You, based in Switzerland, spreading to other nations. A good cause, it helps raise funds for athletes, and also he seems he's extremely busy. When we interviewed him last year at Depth, he said, my ambition is to be a successful businessman. I'm sure he'd do the same. Last week when I wasn't there, I was saying, what's going on? And then assured me it was the Swiss B team and he was going to be back in full force, full motivated to go forward.
Yeah, I was joking with him because I thought everyone in Switzerland was a banker, but I guess he
takes money off the bankers.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as you see the images coming you direct, concentration, action. So Aaron, let's move yourself. You've also been down the course this morning. How's your run?
Well, good, except for a small mistake in gate 5 where I didn't put myself all the way into that dive and ended up touching it and pushing the gate pole out towards the middle of the current, and I was given a 50 because I did displace it and made a straight line for myself. But them's the breaks.
That's the breaks. This is a shot from just over the finishing line. 21 gates, 6 upstream, about 300 meters long. It's an artificial course which is 12 meters wide, fed from the dam, so there's plenty of power. The poles are they going to dominate? Well, they're firstly the fastest and the second fastest in the semi-finals. We saw very strong performances rather from the Czechs last weekend. And let's see the first gate, who's going to be 25-year-old French-born Lucien Delfort, who competes for Australia.
Now has his Australian passport, so has the chance to represent them in the Olympics next year in Rio de Janeiro.
Well, as you can see, it's packed with international top performers here. I suppose no great surprises, apart from maybe Yuri. You obviously you're not there.
I don't think that's a surprise, There is such a strong field in the K1s, and if you don't have a perfect run, you don't have to make it. So I was 13th. I think that's good.
At least you got a gold last week, right?
Yeah.
At home, it's got to be nice.
Yeah, it was very good in Prague. And especially after us winning almost every individual class, it's a surprise that we are bad now. I think Vavra is going to change that.
Well, Lucien Delfort, good season so far. In the world rankings in Penrith in Australia, he was first. Prague last week, he disappointed himself, coming 26th. In the world, he was 5th.
A quick sweep up in and out of 3 and taking a wider approach into 4, so he can set that up and just whip it around, which he does.
I think all the K1s are going to take a very risky lines, because if you want to win, you have to make the shortest line, and I think that's what Lucien is doing.
Yeah, and I mean, well, on first runs at least, I don't think I saw anyone but Vavra just crush the 5-6 combination where he just slid in and out without the boat losing any forward momentum.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be about the bottom part, because all the K1s were very similar at the top, but
yeah, he just kept the bow upstream too long on that wave, and the curling part of it on the river right side ended up causing him to get somewhat rejected as he's trying to go for that spin. And then big sweep up there killed all his speed, but he's still holding it on.
I think he had a really good top part, so
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Time of reference, the fastest in the semi-final was 79.76 clear. Slightly down on that.
Yeah, I don't know if 84. It's going to be hard to get yourself up on the podium, but putting down a clean run is definitely to his advantage.
I think it's a second clean run today, so in the finals. That's nice.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, next we get the Vavra, nasty Vavra, who just goes out there.
I think Vavra is he wants to win here, and I think he's gonna go for it 100%. risk everything, and especially after, I think he was a little disappointed in Prague because he always took the medal there, and it was after a very long time he didn't, so I think he's gonna go for it.
Well, he certainly wins the prize for the smartest boat with the Troy illustration on it.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That full boat decal. But you can see him in his the photo for a beer, I guess that was made especially the Vavra Radilik edition.
Yeah, he.
What's your emotion watching this? Nervous, excitement?
I don't know, a little nervous, I would say.
It's hard to get nervous for Vavra. He's just such a smooth, fast paddler.
I think he has to go clean to be good. It's a course exactly for him.
Yeah, I mean, that was
awesome.
Yeah, this is, as I said, on his semifinal run, he just stomped this move and did it very well.
That was good. That was the shortest line I think I've seen.
Waves 3/4 second up so far.
Yeah, coming in and out of 7, and then that spin was also very good. Even the Polish who ended up winning the semifinal, he was still up a half second on them when just from that 5-6 combination first run. So if he keeps this together, he's definitely going to be in the running for a
He has to do a good spin now.
That was a good spin.
That was very
well,
good.
4.6 he's taken out of gates. That's 2 seconds off. So he's still 2.5 seconds up.
Yeah. Oh, that touch might prove costly in the end, but he's just killing these last upstreams, just keeping the speed moving. Good. Yeah, pushing out there, taking the conservative line out, which is smart because there's more time to lose than gain these last 3 gates.
Oh, I think it's very good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whew. That touch just kept him from being under 80. But
yeah, I think he turned a little too late because he wanted to get just his head inside the gate, and he touched it with his life jacket at the end. So, but I think he's very happy that he put down another solid run. You know,
and it moves into fast place.
Still faster in his first run, I believe, even with the penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fast. Yeah, such a strong paddler.
Well, his first one he did it in 81.33.
Oh, so
Yeah.
0.06.
Almost the same. So 2 seconds faster and 1 touch. But you know, all the paddlers will have to go so risky lines, and I think we are gonna see more touches. But for sure, if you wanna win, you'll have to put down a clean run.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to watch the Polish here. They know this water so well. They're strong, quick paddlers. Watching the way their boats come around.
Sebastian Schubert has won the overall World Cup Championship for the last 2 years. Very determined, mixing and matching. You know, he's not going to all the World Cups this season, trying to peak for the Worlds.
Yeah, I spoke with him at the last World Cup in Prague, and he said that he's changing his approach somewhat, and really trying to focus on the World Championships instead of just being at the top at every World Cup, because he's been there and done that.
Last week was the first time in living memory that no Germans made the final.
Yeah, it's very strange to see everyone come down and not see that German flag helmet.
How's he going so far?
Pretty. Oh, that was fast. Yeah, just
That was
keep it
short
tight.
again, yeah.
Well, he's 1.6 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of time to gain and lose here, and he got a little stalled out there in gate 8, but he's still pressing on, and then a touch on 9. Not one that's going to make him any faster.
Yeah, I think Shubi is happy that he actually made the finals now, because I think it was a big disappointment for him at the Europeans. He finished 17th or something in the semis, so now it's his first finals, and
Paddling a boat of his own design, the Copa 2 for the Copacabana, named for the Copacabana. Pressing on, tight to these offsets. Oh, yeah. See,
that's gonna be close.
Yeah, when you're tight on gate, when you come out tight out of that upright 18, it just makes it real hard to get out.
Given a 50-second penalty, it wasn't close even with the
84
the net time.
Yeah, 84 raw time. Still would be hard to get yourself up on the podium.
I think for Schubert it's very hard, because last year he was having medal on pretty much every competition, and this year he doesn't have anything yet. So I know he's training a lot and preparing for the Worlds, but he just kind of lost
touch with the water there.
yeah. But I think he's gonna get up again, and
Yeah.
he's gonna be good at the last 2 World Cups and the World Champs.
He showed he has a short memory for that stuff and just moved past whatever happened.
I think for sure.
Next to go, 23-year-old Mathieu Bizizo from France, took the bronze medal in the World Championships.
Yeah, one of
Behind 2
3
other
French.
Frenchies.
Yeah, that's haven't seen that in a long time. See one country sweep the podium, which is ultra impressive. And even with even taking the bronze, he could have been faster. Had a huge time error at the top there, so he's a very, very quick paddler. And little too straight into 4. Just brought the inside pole into play for a touch. Seems he ended up hitting that with his bow. So he can take the real short line through the 5-6 gate combination.
That was very good again.
2 3/4 seconds down.
Yeah, but a good spin there. A good spin there keeps it. Got to keep it clean through these offsets, which we've seen everyone be a little bit tight on him and having issues keeping the boat running. But not for Bizizo.
Mathieu is always having a short line, and I think even now when he knows about the touch, he's gonna make it even shorter.
So
We'll see if he can hold it together.
also paddling a boat of the same design, the Salto.
Yeah, true. I paddled that boat and I actually like it.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't switched boats since you were whatever a meter tall. I remember you in
Like 11 years ago, I
Yeah.
think.
There's flying through these offsets. Good. Just got to get back on the water here to the finish line. The time
The French team and a couple of
He's gonna
Australians
just
cheering him on.
outside.
Ooh, just getting beat by Vavra there. Tenths of seconds.
But another very fast run, I think.
Yeah, two sub 80 running time runs thus far. Going to be a fast final, it seems. Other than Prague, I don't think I've seen another course where people have been breaking 80. Is that about right, Yuri?
Other than Prague, in Prague it's pretty long.
What do you mean? You always see people under. Weren't you under 80 in the qualifications?
Maybe, but that was an easy course.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Yeah, that touch in Gate 4 really cost him. He's not going to be happy about that after having a solid rest of his run. There in that finishing sprint set, when you're tight on those last 19-20, it just makes it hard coming through 21 to stay on the water and get to the finish quick.
Yeah, especially when you know about the touch, everyone wants to cut the line as much as possible, and
Makes you take it back a little.
Yeah.
Is that how you usually feel if you have a touch at the top of the course?
yeah, of course, like you always wanna finish in the top 3, so when you have a touch at the top, you wanna
We
cut
have
it
the
even.
peel. This looks like there's an asterisk by Vavra Heidelek. Let's see how that pans out. He's so far the fastest time. On course at the moment is Martin Halcin from Slovakia in the Worlds. He just missed the final by coming 11th.
He just caned Gate 3 and flew in and out of Gate 4 as well. You just can't teach speed like that.
Yeah, he was very close from the finals in Prague, and oh, that was very close.
Yeah, very close.
See
on
what the
5.
judges say.
0.38 says the second fastest of the day. But I'd say we still have an asterisk by Hradilek. Let's see, find out what that's all about soon.
Yeah, it could be one of the other nations using their joker to be able to inquire about another competitor's penalties or time or whatever.
But Vavra had a fantastic top, I think.
Yeah, well,
He kind of slowed down at the bottom.
We're seeing the fastest run of the day so far.
Oh, it's very good.
yeah, these offsets, just so much time there.
A little low in 17.
Yeah, you got to keep the boat moving through these last things. This can make or break your run, these last 5 gates.
But he's clean.
Yeah, clean, smooth through there. It's
Now the
able
time to go is
I think
81.39.
it's going to be enough.
Yeah, he's
Vavra
able to
knows
send
it.
water. Oh,
No.
Oh, no.
oh,
Just
0.12.
outside.
Look at that. Wow. Sigh of relief from Vavra.
Well, the top 3 so far, all within half a second. But as must stress, Vavra does have an asterisk against his name.
And then we get, yeah, well, just have to see what happens. Hopefully it's not something, again, like last week in boat control. But,
Yeah, let's hope not.
and then we got,
Well, I hope we have enough water bottles there.
yeah. Halchin just driving down this course. He was really in control the whole way down. Got stalled out a little bit right here at 5-6. Yeah, that was pretty tight on 5.
Very close.
We don't have the best angle from downstream, but see what the judges say. It looks like they've left it alone. It's clean.
Mike, 35 years young. As I said, 2 years ago, just behind Yuri Priskovic, who's next to us in the studio, Mike came second in the European Championships on this course. A slightly different layout, but on this course.
Mike's a strong paddler. I remember when also seeing him. He used to try to emulate Scott Shipley's style. He's definitely adapted more and changed it to the times. So we don't have combined runs.
And broke his paddle in the Olympics in London when he was going well. Was that a touch, early touch?
I think there was an early touch on gate 3, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the judges were indicating that.
Mike went an incredibly short line in the semis, so if he wants even more, I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah, just got to keep the speed running through there, which he did. It wasn't as tight as some of the other runs we've seen.
Plus half a second.
That's good with the penalties on.
Took his eye off that gate pole.
He kind of didn't break the eddy line there.
Yeah.
And turned too early.
Yeah, I got a little excited. But still pressing on nonetheless.
50-second penalty, so you're out of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, but still trying to put together a solid rest of his run and have something to build off of for the rest of the World Cups and World Championships.
Just enjoying the finals, at least.
Yeah, how can you not?
Yeah.
Half the battles, or more than half the battles, making it in the first place.
Well, there's 86 started.
Yeah, too tight on 19 and just not able to get over for 20. You gotta respect the water there, have space.
It's kind of hard to concentrate on your run when you know you screwed up at the top, but I think Mike showed us that he wanted to put down a run for the spectators, and he did. So.
Yeah.
86 started, 40 made it to the semi-final, and the top 10 are the chaps we're watching now. There's 6 have gone. Provisionally, Vavra Hadalek from the Czech Republic is in first place with an asterisk against his name with 81.39. Next to go is Boris Nevu, and he's just impressive to watch, isn't it? Nothing spectacular, but very impressive.
I think Boris is just one of the best athletes, I think even the best one now, because he won the last World Championships, last European Championship. He was good in Prague.
Second in Prague.
Yeah, well, second, but...
Yeah, second. I can't remember who beat him, but yeah.
I can't remember as well, but...
He's just been on it this season. I mean, just building off of that World Championship win last year. Let's see if he has another podium in him.
Joins in a sail with Emily Fair. Let's see how she's going to go tomorrow. Finn's on the bottom of his boat. I wonder if that going to make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think it's just psychosomatic, but you know, whatever helps you make it down the course. And I guess it really does help him, considering that he's just walking away with hardware at every major international event.
Yeah, for sure. Boris likes it, and why not?
Yeah.
That was on the last second, but he's
just up.
There.
That was a little low in 7, but I think Boris can still put down a very good run, and
got a little stalled out there after that spin, but still running through, not rattled at all by those early gaps. That was pretty quick as well.
Considering Vavra had a touch, that can be still good.
Well, he's still very much. Oh, that's 2 seconds. That makes them even now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Boris was just crushing his bottom part. The touch isn't going to help him.
He wanted to cut it too much. And
Yeah. Let's see.
oh, that's short.
Yeah, took a real short line through there. It's worked out thus far, but
It's going to be close. The time is.
see, Vavra's
Nice.
heart palpitating. Nope. That
So
touch
into
cost.
4th place.
Even without that penalty. No, without that penalty, it would have been just a little.
Well, the good news for Vavra is the asterisk has now come off his name and he's still in first place.
Yeah, that's for sure a good thing for Vavra, and
Hopefully-
only one more and he has a medal.
See, he's not used to going 9th. Now he has his heart up and down with every athlete coming through, wondering if they're going to pull ahead of him. No, next we got Brit Joe Clark, who had a pretty fast time last week, but was disqualified because his boat did not meet the weight standards. It was just underweight. So
Joe, 21 years old, he's got some top results behind him so far, so let's see how he can push on. He's very happy with his, he was the second fastest when he came through in his semi-final at the time, and he was delighted with that.
yeah, and, I mean, Joe's a character. He has his own YouTube video series at is it Joe Clark's Journey.
That's right, Journey to Rio. Once a week he puts out these what's he's doing videos. Let's see how he goes today.
Yeah, Joe in Prague prior to the race was competing in Fabry. Well, that was really fast. He's been taking a pretty direct. He changed his approach a little bit in the gate 4 this run from his last one, coming a little wider at the end, but definitely keeping the speed up as he flies through. But yeah, what was it last week at Vavra's event, the Riverside Cross, which is a combination slalom biathlon event. He was a little disappointed because his shooting was not quite on it.
Well, 10th of a second up at the split, so he's the fastest down the course.
And that was a very fast spin, I think.
Yeah,
Joe is having a very good run.
Yeah, it doesn't seem phased at all by what happened last week. He's just stayed focused and he's just paddling like a bat out of hell. Flying through there, a little bit of pause there.
And well up on the split, 0.61 up so far.
Yeah, he's flying.
Just needs to keep it clean.
Still going clean. That's gonna be good.
Tight in and out of there.
That was a very short exit.
Yeah, let's see what he decides to do here for this last gate combination. Pushing the bow up. Yeah, had to wait a little bit there, but straight through that.
Well, as you can see, 81.39 is going to be desperately close.
Oh, just outside.
Cost him a little bit that last offset, having to wait there at 19, but solid run from Joe.
Yeah, I think he lost all his time at the last upstream. He kind of got stuck in the exit and slowed down a little bit.
Then had to wait for the pole after that at 19. But keep putting together solid results to start the year.
Well, the top 4 athletes so far were all within 1.09 seconds. It shows how close it is.
Yeah, now we get the Polish who know this course like the back of their hand.
2 athletes to go and 2 poles to go, so it looks well, Vavra Hradilek for the Czech Republic has a medal. It's a case of can the pole flyers hold it together in front of their big local crowd who can be flying down the course with them.
Yeah, they were the only guys in the semifinal to be breaking the 80-second barrier, sub 80. So see if they have another one in. I thought Polacek could have had an even faster time. It looked like he started taking it easy in those last 2 upstreams.
But he only came 40th last week in the individual, won the team competition.
Yeah, the Polish are very strong.
All the Polish were good. They were 1st, 2nd, and 11th. So I think
21-year-old Ogortek.
Yeah, he was blazing last week in the heats at Prague, but
he was very high.
Yeah, had some penalty issues after that, but he's put that behind him and was just going out here and trying to put on a show for. Got a little off in his stroke timing coming in there. And
I think he was just waiting on the backstroke and didn't quite put the left stroke in, and that's why he went straight.
Can't be passive there, Yuri, can you?
Yeah.
You got to be aggressive.
Well, it's 5 seconds off. Unfortunately, that's going to have to provide some fire to get in the medals.
Yeah, he's pulling as if that didn't happen, but that was quick.
Yeah, of course, he's at his home course. He wants to put down the best result as he can.
It's real fast too, though. Got caught up a little bit on that Boyle, which led to being a little late here. But
well, he's made up 3.5 seconds. He's only 1.7 down so far.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's very good.
That's great save with that back ferry, and still driving hard. So this is it. This will determine what happens. They're going through these offsets.
It's going to be the fastest second half.
Too tight out of that last up, so he just had to wait on those. Oh, Favre's still up there and happy to still be sitting on top of the podium.
Yeah, I think this was a good run for Maciej. He just made one big mistake, but other than that, he put down a clean run in the finals.
Gotta be happy with that.
Yeah.
1 athlete to go, and you probably wouldn't want this athlete to go against you. One of the 4 brothers, the only brother who made the team this season. It's Maciej Polacek. He's medaled at the top level for the last several years.
World champion in 2011. Or World Championship medalist, sorry, in 2011.
Yeah, and in 2013 as well. He was second in Bratislava and third in Prague. He was just behind me.
Very strong.
That seems to be the theme. He was just behind me. He was a long time behind me.
Just not today, right, bud?
No, I wish him a good run. I hope he will finally cut the time under 80.
Well, 27 years old, Maciej Polacek needs to put down the run of his life. So far, Radvar Hadalek from the Czech Republic is leading with 81.39. The pure time was 79.39, which is pretty similar to what Maciej's put down in the semi-final.
Paddle in a boat that he designed and his father built, so that was quick.
That was I think that was the fastest number 3 gate we saw so far.
And nice and smooth in and out of 4 below that hole, keeping the speed moving.
You can see he knows every wave here and
just knows what it's going to do and just keeps it together. Didn't cut that as much as some of the other paddlers we've seen.
It's spectacular, but it's not as quick. It's a third of a second off.
It's at 5.6. He just didn't cut that and make it as straight a line as some of the other.
There's 2-second penalties.
Ooh, he's going to have to really, really give it at this bottom part of the course if he wants to get ahead of Avra. 2 touches. They've awarded him 2 touches actually.
Let's see what numbers they're on.
oh, it's 9-10.
9 and 10. Oh. Huh.
I saw only one, but
9 might have been.
maybe
He's still going to have to fly to do something.
Yeah, still.
he's still very fast.
Yeah, keeping it straight through these. And now he's just going to have a straight sprint to the finish, which is something Polacek's are good at, pulling hard.
Well, let's see where he is. 5.
So they take, well, we'll see what happens with that touch on 8-9. But if that disappears, he's at the top of the podium. If that stays,
But he had
just
an incredibly fast time, 78.
Yeah, they removed the asterisk next to Vavra's name, so he's staying up there. 78, man, that is quick.
That is very quick. He had a very short line at the last 2 upstreams, and I think it was very, very fast.
Based on his paddling style, I'm a little surprised in 5.6 he didn't cut that more.
Well, let's see what happens. We're speculating that there could be an appeal. There's certainly an asterisk gone up against Maciej Polacek's name. That's interesting here because at the moment he's in 5th place. If the 2 seconds that he took on gate 10 hypothetically were to come off, he'd take gold.
Yeah. You got to think he's disappointed with that penalty, but the Polish were clearly quick on it to make sure that that's being reviewed.
As quick as I've ever seen.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a fun day's racing today. You can keep on the internet. You can keep following the semi-finals, which are going to be taking place tomorrow morning, and that's going to be the K and then the mighty C2s. I'm not sure it's official yet, but let's call it. These are the results we see. Vavra Hadalek takes gold for Czech Republic. Martin Halcyon, silver for Slovakia, and Mathieu Biazizu takes bronze for France. And we don't have any asterisks, so that's the official result.
Yeah, I guess they kept that second touch on Polacek. A strong day of paddling in the men's K1 final. But I don't know. Maybe this guy in the Jackson boat can break gate a year right now. No, I'm missing all the gates.
No, but it was very tight from the 1st to 5th place. There is just 1.18 seconds. So
that's what we've come to expect in the K1 men's class.
Pretty much.
We've got about 30 seconds to wrap up. Aaron, in 2 words, where are you going next?
Home.
I'm just leaving to Liptovsky Mikulas for the 3rd World Cup.
Aaron Mann, Yuri Piskovic, thank you before to Matt Lister and Matthew Leighton. Thank you for joining us, thanks for watching. Follow us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on any ways you can on social media. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, bye-bye.